Namaste. Hamesha khush raho betiya. My name is JVN Manisha Singh. Today I am teaching you study of sieve analysis, basically sieving. Subject name is Unit Operations in Food Industry Lab, Discipline Food and Biotechnology. Now let's start the topic. What is sieve analysis? A sieve analysis is a practice or procedure commonly used in engineering to assess the particle size distribution of a granular material. The size distribution is often of critical importance to the way the material performs in use. A sieve analysis can be performed on any type of non-organic or organic granular materials including sands, crushed rock, clays, granite, feldspars, coal, soil, a wide range of manufactured powders and seeds down to a minimum size depending on the exact method. Being such a simple technique of particle sizing, it is probably the most common method. The technique of sieving and the analysis of the results are deceptively simple, at least as generally practiced. Although recognized by early workers, it is commonly forgotten that sieving sorts the sediment grains by shape as well as by size. Sieves are relatively cheap, cover a much wider range than any other known particle sizing method, that is 2 to 125,000 micrometers, and are simple to use. 500 grams of sample size was selected for conducting sieve analysis. Test sieves, that is nest together to form a stack of sieves. In present work, 8-inch diameter sieve is used, and test sieve shaker provides both circular and tapping energy and uniform mechanical motion for most consistent result. Since the flour particles are free flowing, it requires less time than the bulky particles. Hence, 10 to 15 minutes time period is sufficient for performing the test, and the test is carried out as per the ASTM D44 using standard sieve analyzer tiles make. For the characterization of bulk goods of different forms and sizes, the knowledge for their particle size distributions is essential, and the particle size distribution, that is the number of particles of different sizes, is responsible for important physical and chemical properties such as solubility, flowability, and surface reaction. In many industries such as food, pharmaceutics, and chemistry, traditional sieve analysis is the standard for production and quality control of powders and granules. Advantages of the sieve analysis include easy handling, low investment cost, precise and reproducible results in a comparably short time, and the possibility of to separate the particle size fractions. Therefore, this method is accepted alternative to analysis methods using laser light or image processing. To guarantee a high degree of reproducibility and reliability, sieve shakers and accessories have to be fulfill the requirements of national and international standards. This means that test sieves, sieve shakers, and all other measurement instruments which are used for characterization of particle distribution have to be calibrated and subjected to test agent monitoring as part of the quality management system. Apart from that, it is absolutely necessary to carry out the sample preparation with great care. Only then it is possible to achieve sieving results which allow a reliable characterization of a product. Then sieving methods of a sieve analysis. During sieving, the sample is subjected to vertical movement or in horizontal movement. With tap sieve shakers, both movements are superimposed. During this process, the particles are compared with apertures of every single sieve. The probability of a particle passing through the sieve mesh is determined by the ratio of the particle size to the sieve openings, the orientation of the particle, and the number of encounters between the particle and the mesh openings. The appropriate sieving method depends on the degree of fineness of the sample material. Dry sieving is preferred method for the size range between the 40 micrometer and 125 millimeter. However, the measurement range is limited by properties of the sample such as tendency to agglomerate, density, or electrostatic charging. This is the measurement range in which sieving with test sieves dry, it range from 40 micrometer to 125 mm. Sieving with test sieve wet, that is 20 micrometer to 20 mm, and air jet sieving having the measurement ranges 10 micrometer to 200 micrometer. First is vibratory sieving. The sample is thrown upward by the vibrations of the sieve bottom and falls down back due to the gravitation forces. The amplitude indicates the vertical oscillation height of the sieve bottom. Due to this combined motion, the sample material is spread uniformly across the whole sieve area, and the particles are accelerated in vertical direction and rotate freely and then fall back statistically oriented. The Redsich sieve shakers an electromagnetic drive sets a spring mass system in motion and transfer the oscillation to the sieve stack. The amplitude can be adjusted continuously to a few millimeters. Then horizontal sieving. In horizontal sieve shaker, the sieves move in horizontal circles in a plane. Horizontal sieve shakers are preferably used for needle-shaped, flat, long, or fibrous samples. Due to the horizontal sieving motion, hardly any particles change their orientation on the sieve. Then tap sieving. In a tap sieve shaker, a horizontal circular movement is superimposed by the vertical motion generated by a tapping impulse. Tap sieve shakers are specified in various standards for particle size analysis. The number of comparisons between particles and sieve apertures is substantially lower in tap sieve and shakers than in vibratory sieve shakers, that is 2.5 per second as compared to 50 per second, which results in longer sieving times. On the other hand, the tapping motion gives the particles a greater impulse. Therefore, with some materials such as abrasives and the fraction of fine particles is usually higher. With light materials such as talcum or flour, however, the fraction of fine particles is lower. Then air jet sieving. The air jet sieve is a sieving machine for single sieving, that is, for each sieving process, only one sieve is used. The sieve itself is not moved during the process. The movement on the sieve is moved by the rotating jet of air, and a vacuum cleaner which is connected by the sieving machine generates a vacuum inside the sieving chamber and sucks in fresh air through the rotating slit nozzle. When passing the narrow slit of the nozzle, the air stream is accelerated and blown against the sieve mesh, dispersing the particles. Above the mesh, the air jet is distributed over the complete sieve surface and is sucked in with the low speed through the sieve mesh. Thus, the finer particles are transported through the mesh openings into the vacuum cleaner or optionally into a cyclone. Then procedure. To perform the sieve analysis experiment, first step is take a representative sample that weighs approximately 500 grams. It may be a flour, white flour, anything. Step 2, if a chocolate powder, and if particles are lumped or conglomerated, crush the lumps but not the particles using the pestle and mortar. Step 3 is determine the mass of sample accurately, that is weight in grams. Prepare a stack of test sieves. The sieves are stacked in order with the largest aperture size at the top and the smallest at the bottom. A receiver is placed under all the sieves to collect samples. Step 5 is weigh all the sieves and the pen separately. Step 6 is pour the samples from step 3 into top of the stack of sieves and put the lid on and place the stack in the sieve shaker and fix the clamps, adjust the timer to between 10 to 15 minutes and switch on the shaker. Step 7 is top the sieve shaker and measures the mass of each sieve and retain soil or material. Then the particle size distribution basically affects many properties of the food product. Some examples are like the strength of the concrete, the taste of the chocolate. If the particle size of the chocolate is much higher, then it feels gritty in the mouth. But if it is particle size is so small, then it will be a silk and it will melt in our mouth. The dissolution properties of tablets and pourability and solubility of the washing powder and the surface activity of the filter materials. Hope you all are satisfied with this session. This session is powered by Digital Version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. If you have any query, please mention it in our comment box. I will resolve them whenever we have a live session. Thank you so much for watching this video.